Lauren James is not in a good place after online abuse, according to Chelsea boss Emma Hayes. Chelsea manager Emma Hayes has said Blues striker Lauren James is not in a good place after receiving disgusting online abuse. The abuse began after 22-year-old James appeared to stomp on Arsenal player Leah's foot during Sunday's Women's Super League match, which Chelsea lost 4-1. James was not sent off in the second-half incident, and Chelsea later condemned the online abuse and discrimination directed at the England international, promising to take action against any individual we identify. Speaking to reporters on Wednesday, Hayes said, "I think it's disgusting the amount of abuse that James has received from the public, from the media, from the press. We are talking here about a young player who is undoubtedly always learning in the background. But some of the language I've seen used to discredit her externally I think is unacceptable. I don't see the same level of abuse being attributed to other players in the league who may have had tough moments of their own. I think it's fair to say that if I were in her shoes, I would think there is racial profiling going on. I think it's important for the country to realize that she's an important talent and she's learning all the time." He added, "She makes mistakes, but I think some of the very offensive and misleading conversations that happen, during commentary, during matches, and on social media, is something everyone should think about." Hayes, who is set to take over as head coach of the U.S. women's national team next year after 11 seasons with Chelsea, added that James is not in a great place after the abuse. She also pointed to the red card James received at the Women's World Cup earlier this year for stepping on the back of Nigeria's Michelle Alozie. "She's a young player and she made a mistake in the summer," Hayes said. "Of course, she has to keep learning these things, but it doesn't happen in one piece. It's always a work in progress. Sometimes, you can have really good moments with her, and sometimes not." The 47-year-old added, "We have to realize that for a young person, in a day and age where social media is incredibly vitriolic, some of the bad language and the profiling and the insults, I think it goes over the edge, to be honest with you. Then add racism to it, and you can understand why her mental health is not the best this week," he added. A report from FIFA and the Players Union FIFPro identified nearly 1,000 offensive posts targeting players from England during the Women's World Cup, the third highest rate of any country behind the United States and Argentina. The U.S. team received more than twice the amount of abusive messages than any other country in the tournament, according to the report, and the level of abuse peaked when the team was eliminated by Sweden on penalties.